Hello, mis cielitos, and welcome back. Coco and Binks are here, and we are continuing Steins Gate, where we're in the middle of trying to figure out who FB is at last.
Yes.
A car honks his horn. Moeka and I immediately hide. Peering out from the cover, I see a white flat bed parked in front of the station. A muscular man hops out of the driver's seat. What?
No. Oh my god, for real?
I've been waiting for this reveal.
Oh my god. I mean, I already kind of thought like, oh, FB isn't necessarily a woman, but like, oh my gosh. Oh, my mind is so blown. No.
Uh, that also explains how they were able to get so much information on them since he was right there hearing that shit all the time.
Right? And even though he was angry every time they did the stuff, he never really put a stop to it either.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Oh, wow, I haven't had my mind my mind was blown in, like, the last game I played, but, like, oof. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
This one. Wow.
Which, if you don't know, Binks played a game called Paranorma Site, which is so good. So you should absolutely
So
check out
so
her
good.
LP.
It's one of the best games I've ever played, but I did tweet recently, I was like, "I don't know which game has hurt me more, Steins Gate or Paranormal Site. They take turns."
They're just there up like once one stops beating you up, they go to the side of the ring and tag in the other.
Yes. Emotionally, and then now with, like, the mind fucks.
I know that face. No, can't be. Desperately try to organize my thoughts. That's Tsunoji Yugo, owner of the Brown's Tube Workshop. Mr. Brown. Why? Why is he here? Does this mean he's connected to FB? To the Rounders? Was the Brown Tube Workshop just a front for CERN? Is that how he could afford to keep it open?
Yeah, that explains that.
What's going on here? His shop is right below the lab. If he's working for the enemy, then... I shiver at the thought. Stop. Let's not rush to conclusions. He might just be another courier. We watch from a distance. Shinoji takes the suitcase from the crew-cut man and loads it into the back seat of his car. And he gets into the car alone and takes off towards Showadori. I stare after it in disbelief.
How are they gonna catch up if he's in a car?
I
Well,
guess they're gonna
okay.
meet him there.
Oh my god.
I time leap several hours to before the first man arrived at the coin locker. Then I explain the situation to Moeka. My plan is to get ahead of the package. After killing some time at Starbucks, we rent a car. I don't have a license, so Moeka's driving. We go to the street in front of the roundabout, facing Showadori, and park near Yorobashi Camera. Now we wait. Nervous? You look terrified. How long have you been driving?
Last time. Wow.
What? This is your first time? Oh, come on. Just don't crash. I mean, wait. I guess she means first time after getting her license? I would hope you've driven.
Yes. Yeah.
I was surprised Moeka had a license in the first place. Apparently, or maybe it's a fake license. Apparently,
Oh.
FB told her it would come in handy for her rounder work. I have Moeka wait in the car while I keep a lookout on the roundabout. The white station wagon's already stopped there. From this distance, I can clearly see Tanoji in the driver's seat. Nobody else is riding. The crew cut guy should arrive just after 5 p.m. As expected, the crew cut man arrives right on time, effortlessly dragging the suitcase behind him. It feels weird seeing the exact same scene from a different angle. I hurry back to the car where Moeka's waiting. He's coming. The station wagon rolls past us. It takes a left turn at the Showadori intersection towards Okachimachi. Moeka smoothly sets the car in motion. Finally, we arrive at Tanoji's house in Okachimachi. This is the house where Suzuha lived. Her rusty old mountain bike is still sitting out front. Tanoji brings the IBN 5100 inside. We stop a little farther down the road and keep watch.
It's just okay, so now it's like if he's FB and his whole connection to the older Suzuha is just weird now. And like, shouldn't he have known? Because didn't she find the IBM 5100 and give it to the shrine?
Yes, she did.
Hmm. So I'm surprised, like, he didn't know she had it or didn't know what she did with it if they were supposedly so close.
Yeah.
What does this mean? Where is FB?
The question is, why did he bring it inside? Is he just holding on to it? Or is he FB? Does he know FB? Moeka insists that FB is a woman. So maybe it's Tanoji's wife, whom I've never met.
Oh, she's alive?
I have Moeka show me one of FB's mails.
Sorry for not being useful. M4, it's true that you're not very good with people, but I think that that's just part of what makes you unique and special. Besides, you have no trouble talking to me, do you? Honestly, M4, there's nobody else who works as hard as you do. I'm very thankful for that. I'm glad you joined the Rounders. Even if nobody else values you, I'll always look out for you. Feel free to email me whenever you like. Oh, yes, since you're finally in Nagoya, you should try some of the local delicacies. It's not good for your health to keep eating convenience store food. Or do you not like miso, M4? In any case, a girl your age needs to eat better. I recommend the firm miso stew. Your next mission is to go to Akihabara in Tokyo, so find an apartment by next week. I deposited a special bonus in your account, so feel free to use it. Talk to you soon. Your mother, FB. Ah.
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah, there's this line stuck out to me. Even if nobody else values you, I don't know, I feel
Yeah.
like that's putting the idea in her mind.
Oh yeah, that's total cult behavior to brainwash someone and make them so dependent on you.
Mm-hmm. She's kept a lot of mails archived like this one.
M4 is my code name. FB gave it to me.
Moeka's a mailing machine. She sent FB nearly 10 emails a day. The FB replied to every single one. You have to be a saint to reply to all those emails. No wonder Moika was so dependent on FB.
That's someone who's very calculating and very patient, you know?
Yep. So, time for another stakeout.
What? You're not gonna knock on the door and just go in?
I have Daru set up a wireless infrared camera on the telephone pole down the street.
Okay, going all out, I see.
We park a couple blocks away and watch the video feed. The next day, Tenoji goes to work on his moped like usual. He returns after sunset. There's no sign of his daughter, Nae, or his wife.
What? That's weird.
Something finally happens early Sunday morning. Just before 3 a.m., 6 people show up at Tenoji's house. It's them. It's dark, but I recognize them. They're the Rounders who raided the lab with Moika. Moika doesn't show much of a reaction. I thought she knew them. I ask, but she says she's never met them before. It looks like this world line's Moika has been cut off completely. Were they done with her when she found them in IBN 5100? Tenoji comes outside and loads the IBN 5100 into the station wagon. And the 6 men get in and drive away. Tenoji sees them off and goes back inside his house.
What now?
I'm interested in Tenoji's story, but the IBN 5100 will lead us to FB. We decide to follow the station wagon. The pursuit ends at Narita International Airport.
Oh my god, is FB freaking international? What are they gonna do?
The 6 men, IBN 5100 in tow, board a plane headed for France. France, CERN's home country. What does this mean? Tenoji's wife might be FB. Since there's been no sign of FB this far, she must be an extremely cautious individual. But the evidence suggests only one possibility. On World Line Alpha 1, Moika's men attacked the night the time leap machine was completed. Their timing was perfect. It makes sense if you assume that Tenoji is closely linked to FB. He was right downstairs and knew the whole time we were discussing our plans. FB knew exactly what we were up to. We were dancing to her tune all along. When we get back to Akiba, Moika and I start walking towards Tenoji's house. But on the way, I get an angry call from Kurisu demanding an update, so I decide to take care of that first.
What, you couldn't tell her over the phone?
Kurisu sighs when she sees me.
I thought I asked you to keep me posted.
I've been busy.
She looks like the angry wife, like you've been neglecting me. Busy, right.
Kurisu glances at Moika. Were you worried about me?
Of course not. Why should I care what you're up to? It's just, Mayuri was really worried. I don't want to see her sad. So at least give her a call, okay?
Now that she mentions it, it feels like I haven't talked to Mayuri in forever. I'm doing this to save Mayuri. I'm close to discovering our true enemy.
Our enemy, but
Kurisu glances at Moika again. Moika is completely expressionless. She's slightly kicking the dirt in boredom. She hasn't used her phone once since we began the search for FB.
isn't she our enemy?
She is an enemy, but we're cooperating in order to uncover the truth.
Isn't she the one who killed Mayuri?
Yes. However, Moika's just a pawn, and one that no longer poses a threat. To save Mayuri, I need to capture the king. Well, the king's cell phone.
Whatever. So, where are you going now? Take me with you.
Have you gone mad, assistant mine?
I'm perfectly sane, and I'm not your assistant.
It could be dangerous.
Eh?
Kurisu falters for a moment, but quickly tightens her expression.
Do I die today?
I've experienced the future, so I know who dies today. No, you don't die.
Then there's no problem. This world line has essentially guaranteed my survival. Yeah, about that. I've been thinking about how you died at the beginning, and then ever since then, now Mayuri's the one dying, so I'm wondering if at the end of this, when we save Mayuri, it just results in Kurisu dying instead.
Interesting thoughts.
Yeah.
Right. Kurisu doesn't die today. Neither does Mayuri. The only person who dies today is... Kiryu Moika. This afternoon, she kills herself. I've already told Moika her fate. But in spite of that, Moika doesn't seem upset, at least on the surface. She's expressionless as always. The only difference is that she's not checking her phone as often. But Moika's not a strong woman. Beneath that expressionless mask is she struggling against the fear of death. I decide to confront Tenoji directly.
Be careful, he's a big, strong dude.
He could thunderclap your head.
Right?
I have Kurisu stand guard outside the house while Moika and I go inside. Not that we're planning to break in. We ring the doorbell like honest citizens. Tenoji soon opens the door and invites us into the living room. The divergence meter is sitting in its usual spot. I glance at the numbers. 0.523307%. There's still a long way to go before I reach 1%. How much more of this can I take?
Right? Make yourselves at home.
It's just after dawn, much too early for guests, but Tanoji welcomes us with a smile.
I feel so betrayed seeing this man. Like, damn, it was bad enough with Moeka, but like the big bald family man, I was really hoping he would be likable, but then again, he was kind of creepy towards Suzuha sometimes.
Yeah.
Mm.
He even starts preparing some instant coffee. You're an early riser, Mr. Brown.
Yeah, gotta see my little girl off to school. We know it's summer break, but habits die hard.
Is your daughter still asleep?
Hey, you thinking of trying something while she's sleeping? Touch her and I'll break your head, got it?
Like I said, thunderclap your head.
Yeah, you literally called it.
Don't worry. I'm more interested in his wife. I know what he means, but just the follow up
Out
makes
of
that so
context.
funny.
Yeah, bro, come on.
There's still no sign of her. Is she asleep too? Or could she be hiding somewhere? I'd like to do a thorough search of the house, but of course that's impossible. And then there's what he said just now about seeing Nae off to school. That sounds like something a single father would say.
I mean, if he's never seen or heard of the wife and all this time he's been like his tenant, maybe she's is dead, dude.
I suspect that FB was Tenoji's wife, but that may have been a mistake. Maybe Tenoji is just another courier after all. Maybe he doesn't even know about FB. There's the possibility that FB might not even be in Akiba. I need answers. But how do I get them? Moika is just staring at the floor. I can't count on her for any bright ideas. And whether or not Tenoji's wife is FB, I don't think this man will fall for any tricks. I decide to go for the direct approach. A few hours ago, 6 men stopped by this house to pick up a package, which they then delivered to France. You were there. I saw you. This time, Tenoji doesn't give me his usual macho attitude. He just smiles softly.
And
The package contained an IBM 5100. You know what that is, of course.
yeah, the legendary retro PC.
This is too easy. He's never this cooperative. Are you just another courier, or are you a rounder? Instead of answering my question, Tenoji looks straight at Moeka.
Did you betray us, M4?
Moeka jerks upright. M4 is Moeka's code name. Something only FB should know.
No. Are you FB?
Tenoji laughs once, a dry sound.
Ever heard of Ferdinand Braun?
Moeka and I look at each other, confused by the sudden change of topic.
Come on. He was the Nobel Prize winning physicist who invented the boron tube.
Tenoji has a thing from brown tubes. I know that. But what does that have to do with anything?
Oh my god, how slow are you, sir?
Look, he wants to give the snails a chance.
Right? He's like literally like a teacher, like slowly trying to feed it to them, like, come on, you can do it. Oh wow. Ferdinand Braun, initials.
Oh, maybe this is one of those things that like gets lost in translation because uh they don't really use Romanji letters.
Yeah.
Or it's not, what they mainly go for. Kind of like how the Leon things get lost in translation in
Mhm.
Danganronpa.
Definitely. FB. I was just thinking, I was like, it looked like one of his hands was behind his back, so yeah. He looks so different.
Yeah. And he
No,
doesn't look
you
happy.
nope. No, you get it.
Tenoji casually produces a handgun. The motion is so smooth and natural that I don't even recognize it as a gun at first. Its heavy form gives off a chilling black luster. The muzzle is pointed at Moeka. Moeka and I are unarmed. We didn't plan for this.
Why didn't you? I'm like, come on.
How could we have? We thought FB was Tenoji's wife, not the man himself.
But even if that was the case, he's still a big tough dude. I mean, what were you gonna do if they got violent?
Yeah. Let me ask you one thing. Your wife. Oh.
She died having nigh. Why?
I curse silently. No wonder I've never seen her. She's been dead for years. Tenoji is FB.
He literally just told you that, but okay. No, that can't be. I thought I was your world, M4. Now you're running away?
Keeping his gun trained on Moeka, the man I knew as Mr. Brown laughed scornfully. We're at an overwhelming disadvantage. I was a fool to believe the direct approach would work. Now my recklessness is going to get us both killed. No, not both of us. I don't die here. I'm here because I time leaped on the 16th. The fact is written on the fabric of this world line. So if the attractor field model is right, I can't possibly die now on the morning of the 15th. My survival is guaranteed by the same force that keeps killing Mayuri. However, Moeka has no such protection. She dies today. It doesn't matter how. She could easily die now, right before my eyes. What am I going to do about it? Nothing. It doesn't matter. My goal is to obtain FB's cell phone and send a email to Moeka in the past. That is the reason I'm here. In any case, I mustn't let his handgun scare me.
It looks so big.
There's no turning back now. All I can do is stay on the offensive. So you're a rounder, Cern's dog.
Their dog? Yeah, you ain't wrong.
Tenoji is like a different person today. He's composed. He doesn't get angry even when I provoke him. You wouldn't expect a man with a gun to be so calm. Is this who he really is? Was the gruff but good-natured storekeeper just an act? If you shoot, it'll wake up your daughter.
So what?
Do you want your daughter to see you commit a murder?
My little girl's smart as a button. She'll understand.
She did kill my Yuri accidentally that one time.
I grind my teeth. I can't believe you're around her! You of all people! Hashida Suzu didn't give you a home so you could turn it into a safe house for CERN. Tenoji's smile stiffens for a second. Then he slaps his knee and laughs.
You knew Suzu-san. You should have said something.
Tenoji and I haven't spoken about Suzuha on this world line.
Anyway, what gives you the right to speak for her, huh? She died 10 years ago. You were what, 8? How do you know how she'd feel?
She told me. I glare at Tenoji. The anger and frustration are overwhelming. She was here in this time, not 5 days ago.
I'll bring it to you here in Akihabara. That's my duty, and I'll see it through. The rest is up to you. Change the future. Please.
I still remember her words vividly. Though it feels like it's been forever since she spoke them. In objective time, it was just a few days ago. She was right there and you never knew it. Hashida Suzu. No. Amane Suzuha was a time traveler. She came from the future to stop CERN.
What?
You never noticed, FB. The woman who saved your life came from the year 2036. She was one of us, a lab member, the daughter of Hashida Itaru. Suzuha hated CERN, and here you are, a man who owes her everything, doing their dirty work. Is that how you honor Suzuha's memory?
Wow, how twisted this all is.
Yeah.
I feel like I suspect somehow like he's doing this because of her and he had no idea, all this time.
Yeah.
Stop making shit up.
Tenoji thrusts his gun at me. I barely managed to keep from flinching. How did you turn out this way?
Fuck you. It's complicated.
Complicated. Is that supposed to be an excuse?
Are you really FB?
Moeka looks completely lost. Tenoji sighs and lowers his gun.
Yeah, I am.
The males.
Came from a male? Austin.
I wrote them. Why did I pretend to be a woman? Camouflage, obviously. I had to hide my identity. The internet's full of guys pretending to be girls.
Sad but true.
I gotta say, though, M4, you send too much goddamn mail. Who has time for that shit? You better be grateful I bothered to reply.
No. FB was like a mother to me. I'd do anything for FB.
That was the point. It's easy to manipulate nut jobs like you. Just gotta give him something to cling to.
Wow.
Enough! I approach Tanoji, but freeze once he points the gun at me again.
Why did you stop emailing me?
Huh? Oh, right. Your usefulness ended the second you dropped off that IBN 5100.
I'm useless?
That was obvious. I've been telling her this whole time that FB abandoned her. I guess it wasn't real to her until she heard it from FB's own mouth.
Recruiting members directly is bad for secrecy, but the Rounders make up for it by choosing expendable assets with nowhere else to go. Any member who finds an IBN 5100 is eliminated. No exceptions.
What? What is he saying?
That way CERN gets to keep their secrets, plus have a cheap army of outcasts like us.
FB.
We're all expendable, every last one of us. And it sucks, let me tell you.
Without dropping his smile, Tanoji takes his gun.
As soon as our job's done, they get rid of us. Guess that makes us cattle, not dogs.
And presses it against the side of his head.
Wow.
Disobey orders and they go after your family. I can't let them touch my little girl, can I?
Wait! Don't!
Sorry for everything, Suzu-san. Really, how did I turn out this way?
Oh my god.
He pulls the trigger.
Really? Wow. You just left your little girl behind just like that? Oh, this game. Uh, uh,
Why? Brains splatter against the wall. Tanoji's massive body drops to the floor and sprawls out motionless. A dark red stain begins to spread over the tatami mats. He's dead. Tanoji is dead.
no. Why?
Ooh,
What the hell is she doing?
it's over. I still don't understand. Horror in your voice.
What?
The horror in your voice.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I'm just mentally like imagining her doing something really gross right now.
I think trying to put his brains back in.
Right?
It's over, and I still don't understand what happened. Would he have killed himself even if we hadn't confronted him? Was his death too the will of fate? Tanoji had completed his mission. Maybe he chose to eliminate himself rather than face CERN assassins. You fool! I bite down hard on my lip.
That sound effect. Oh, I was about to say that sound effect doesn't match biting your lip.
I pound my fists against the floor. You left your daughter all alone! He meant to protect her with his sacrifice, but what if not? What is Nae supposed to do now? How could you die with a smile? All rounders are expendable, he said. Does that mean FB was just another pawn? Is that how CERN operates? It's insanity. This can't be real. Nae, is she still asleep in the next room, blissfully unaware of her father's suicide? How do I explain this to her? Should I run? Again, strictly speaking, my purpose is to obtain this FB's phone.
Do it now, quick.
Once I send the D-mail and change the world line, all of this will be undone. I can run like a coward and no one will know. How no? I timidly slide open the door to Naya's bedroom. It looks like you'd expect. There's a red backpack hanging next to the desk, and there's a futon laid out on the floor. But Naya isn't there. The window is open. Lace curtains are waving, as if to invite the fresh morning breeze inside.
Oh no.
She's gone. Where did she go? No. Don't tell me CERN kidnapped her. I don't even know if she was here when we arrived. None of this makes sense. This isn't the world I know. His phone. I need Tanoji's phone. I'm relieved Nai isn't here. I don't have to tell her about her father's death. I find Tanoji's phone in his pants pocket. I was ready to kill him for it if I had to. I never thought he would kill himself. And now I'm looting his dead body like a hyena scavenging for scraps of meat. I make myself want to puke. I leave as soon as I have the phone, dragging the catatonic Moeka with me. We regroup with Kurisu, who is worried sick waiting outside and hail a taxi. I wish I hadn't spent so much time parked near Tanoji's house. Once the body is found, police might trace the rental car back to us. Maybe we should have reported it first, but I'd rather not have to answer any questions. Besides, soon none of this will have happened.
So, the manager was FB.
First, we take Moeka back to her apartment. There, I explain to Kurisu what happened. Moeka didn't say a word on the way back. Now she's sitting on the floor by the entrance, staring off into space. It must have been quite a shock to hear Tanoji's, FB's, confession. The one person she trusted betrayed her. She may never recover. But were Tanoji's actions really a betrayal? I'm not quite convinced. Something felt off back there. Rounders who complete their mission are eliminated. No exceptions. That's what FB said. But in that case, why wasn't Moeka killed? Hey, Moeka. It's possible that FB did what he did so you could live. Maybe he didn't abandon you. Maybe by pushing you away, he was trying to keep you safe.
I did wonder about that too.
This may just be wishful thinking. We'll never know FB's true intentions. But I want to believe that Tanoji did care for her, that there was a place for Moeka somewhere. What am I doing? Why am I trying to comfort Moeka? Maybe I'm just soft.
Okabe, we need to send the D-mail now.
Kurisu expression is grave.
Miss this chance and you could be in a lot of trouble.
Kurisu had the same thought as me.
Your goal is to save Mayuri, not take revenge on CERN, right? I don't want anyone else to be hurt because of the machine we built.
Yeah, you're right. FB's phone is in my possession. There's no longer any reason to stay on this world line. It's only a matter of time until the police come looking for us. I should send the D-mail immediately. Oops. When I do, the present will be reconstructed. Tsunoji will still be alive. Moeka will still be in contact with FB. And at last, the IBM 5100 will return to me. I just need to think about saving Mayuri, and all will be well. Do you think Daru's still in the lab?
I'll try calling.
I'll send the same message I tried to send earlier from Moeka's phone. Only this time it will be from FB's phone. When Moeka sees it, she'll believe it to be an order from FB. Knowing her dependence on FB, she'll obey without question. It makes me sick to be taking advantage of Moeka's vulnerabilities like this. How am I any different from FB?
I mean, you're not cold-heartedly trying to kill people and all that, so...
Yeah, you got that going for you.
He said he'll be there in 5 minutes.
So we just wait until then.
By the way, something weird happened back there.
After closing her phone, Kurisu glances at Moeka and lowers her voice.
While I was waiting outside, I heard a gunshot. And right after that, I saw her.
Her... who? I ask, even though I already know the answer. There's only one person it could be.
Nai-chan. She ran out the back door. When I called her to stop, our eyes met.
Kurisu bites her lip as if fighting an unpleasant memory. It happened right after she heard the gunshot. If that's true, then Nai saw her father die. She saw her father die and ran away. What?
What?
There's a knock on the door.
Uh-oh.
Someone's here. Who? Moeka, who had been squatting by the entrance, slowly lifts her head. This is wrong. The timing's too perfect.
CERN.
Today, Kiryu Moeka dies. The world line has already approved that fate. Has it come for her already? Moeka reaches for the doorknob. Wait! Don't! I try to stop her, but it's too late. Moeka is already turning the doorknob. The door opens slowly, and there stands.
Oh no, of all people. Oh boy. How the hell did she get there? Did she follow them? Ugh. I think you voiced her.
Hi.
An innocent greeting. A child's voice. Familiar. How did she find this place? How did she get here? Why did she come here? She ran away. Oh. Our eyes met. Right after I heard the gunshot.
Yeah, I kind of saw that coming.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Nye steps up to Moeka. Moeka's body blocks my view. The next instant, Moeka drops to her knees like a string-cut puppet. An innocent laugh.
Wow.
Hands dyed with blood.
This is giving me 999 vibes of like Clover.
Oh. Cleaver in her hand.
Oh, a cleaver. Oh yeah, even more Clover. Okay. No way.
Yes, way.
Nye's lips twist into a victorious sneer. She looks straight at me, her eyes burning with intense hatred. Those aren't the eyes of a child. What's going on here? Is this really Nye?
I won't forgive you.
The venom in her voice chills me to the bone.
He didn't do anything. Your father was bad. Girl, please.
Had he died because of you, I'll never forgive you. I'll kill you with my own 2 hands.
Kurisu and I stare in shocked silence. Neither of us can move a muscle.
Okabe Rintaro.
My heart skips a beat. I feel like someone just walked over my grave.
I'll come for you in 15 years. I hope you spend them quivering in terror.
Okay, so you just decided randomly, I'm gonna kill Moeka, but then I'm gonna make him wait and suffer, and then I'll kill him.
I mean, she probably realizes that now she doesn't have the element of surprise. She can't take them both on.
Yeah, I guess.
Because I was expecting that she would come after them, and I'd be like, "You're like 10. What are you gonna do?"
But 15 years, wow, she's patient. Cause I'd be like, just give me a year or two. I'll catch you when you're off guard or something.
Nye tosses the knife away and leaves, laughing all the while. I hear the sound of her footsteps pattering down the stairs. Soon they fade away, leaving us in silence. What the hell was that? A demon? Was she possessed? My entire body is shaking. I have to struggle just to move a finger. What about Moeka? Moeka's clothes are soaked in blood. There's a gaping wound in her abdomen where Nye stabbed her.
Calm down.
Kurisu yells for me to come to my senses, and then takes out her phone.
Check on Kiryu-san. I'll call an ambulance. No, wait, before that. Maybe you should just send the D-mail.
Even now, Kurisu is calm. I feel an irrational surge of anger at her composure, but I know that she's right. Once I send the D-mail, this world line will be undone. I know that, but I still run to Moeka's side.
So that whole 15 years threat thing hopefully won't come to pass now that we're gonna undo it, right?
I remember, Okabe.
Oh my god, that would be so crazy if she somehow remembered in 15 years and came after him.
When I lift her up in my arms, I see that her chest is already covered in blood.
Why does it have to be right there, though? But I guess that's the biggest target, right?
Right, yeah. Moeka. She's my enemy. Hang in there. She killed Mayuri. Can you hear me? Moeka! I can't understand her. I can't forgive her. And yet I can't help but call her name. The more I look at it, the more I'm like, Jesus, they really are huge. Look how tiny the hand is compared to them.
Right? And you know how with hands and all that, that men's hands are normally depicted really big?
Yeah, they look so dainty. I mean, like, it's so weird. Is that supposed to be like her hand, like trying to cover her wound, or his? 'Cause it looks like it's his, since that looks like it's his sleeve. It's anyway. Because in a sense, she's a victim too. Moeka slowly opens her eyes. Her eyes are blank and unfocused. She's fading fast. Okay, she's like sitting up, so yeah, that is her hand. And what I thought was a sleeve is her knee.
Oh, okay. It's better that way. Although her looks like her thumb is gone. It looks weird. Uh,
She tries to speak, but her voice catches in her throat. I bring my ear closer to her lips.
I killed someone precious to you.
Yes, you did. Countless times. Not on this world line, but on others.
This is my punishment.
The will of fate.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I silently squeeze Moeka's hand. Moeka doesn't squeeze back. She no longer has the strength.
I had nothing except FB. The only place I belonged. I would kill to protect it. You're right to hate me. I'm sorry.
I forgive you. The words come to my lips unbidden. But as soon as I speak them, I understand why. Moeka does not kill Mayuri on this world line. Even if she could, it will not happen until tomorrow. This Moeka, the one dying in my arms, is innocent. And yet even now she says I'm sorry. How can I not answer her? I forgive you. Perhaps the words are meaningless. Forgiving Moika will not cure Nai's hate. Neither will Moika's death. I don't even know if I truly mean what I'm saying. But still, I remember what Kurisu said. My goal is to save Mayuri, not avenge her. So here, now, I forgive you. The anguish seems to fade from Moika's face. Her eyes slowly close. A tear slides down Moika's cheek. Her hand slips from my grasp. She is no longer breathing. Biting my lip, I lay Moika to rest on the floor. I place her purple phone in her hands.
Okabe.
Kurisu calls me in a weak voice.
I think you should send the email. Everything's ready at the lab.
Yeah. Moika and FB are gone, but Mayuri's fate remains unchanged. I'm not sure how I think that was commendable of him. I don't think I'd be able to do the same.
Right?
But it's like, in this moment, she's dying. There's nothing more that she can do, so giving her that final piece makes him a better person than me in that instance.
Right? Honestly. Like, I still have mixed feelings. I feel sorry for her, but at the same time, what she did was unforgivable. So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think that's why I really like her character, because it makes you feel that sort of conflict. Like, yeah, she was fucked over royally. This is exactly the sort of thing cults kind of look for in people, just like the most devastated, despairing people, and they just sink their claws into their brains. So, like, yeah, I feel bad for her, but once you start hurting other innocent people, especially someone like Mayuri, it's just
Right.
like, no. But anywho, I think we will go ahead and end this episode right here. Thank you all so very much for watching. And as
Bye-bye.
always, please do take care of yourselves and each other. Toodaloo!